It was skipped that earlier. I have just shown you the flag of Indian Air Force, and second was the logo. But this particular thing that is called insignia was left out. Right. It is also called as roundel. Right. So the story of this roundel I will tell you on next slide. So you can just see this particular roundel or insignia, and each of the aircraft, if you consider, so each of the aircraft is having this one. So almost every aircraft is having this one, and there is again another kind of flag, right? So that you can see on each of these aircrafts. So this is logo already we have seen, and this is the flag of Indian Air Force. You can consider. So here again you can see on the flag, right? You can see this particular roundel. Now the question here is that, is this roundel fixed from the day of inception of Indian Air Force? So answer is no. In fact, till date, it has changed 4 times. So you can see you just see first these 4 roundels, right? So how the roundels have been changed. So first one, this is second one, third one, and fourth one. Okay, so these four different roundels and the evolution of each of these roundels, right? So So this is very first one, which was from the inception to 1942. Second one is from 42 to 45, right? Then 47 to 50. So this is the third one is and this last one is from 1950 to till date. So these are the 4 different roundels which you can consider, right? And this is what the mm, authority of honor, right? So this is uh, the story behind the roundel. In fact, in short, which has been changed 4 times, right? Since from the inception of Indian Air Force, right? म्हणजे एकदम सुरुवातीला, त्यानंतर दुसऱ्या महायुद्धाच्या उंबरठ्यावर, त्यानंतर भारत स्वतंत्र झाल्यापासून पण प्रजासत्ताक होईपर्यंतचा काळ, आणि मग 1950 नंतर. फाईन. ओके. Yes, later on we have considered the wars. So very first one is, in fact, war, or you can consider the involvement of Indian Air Force in in different operations or in different wars or in different, let's say, executions. So very first involvement is in the conflict of India and Pakistan over princely state of Jammu and Kashmir. So that was the very first one you can consider, and in this one, though the Indian Air Force has not engaged the enemy's air force in year-to-year combat, but it provided transport. Second involvement is in the Congo crisis as well as in the annexation of Goa. So in Congo crisis, on the request of United Nations operations, when the Belgians rule over the Congo ended, and then there had been widespread violence and rebellion, and now it was duty of United Nations to keep peace, and for that purpose it requested to Indian Air Force, and then Indian Air Force have given them services. Second one is the annexion of the yes. Second one was the annexion of the Goa. So further, when the Portuguese, there had been the disagreement on a in between the Portuguese colony of Goa and Indian government. Then Indian government decided to attack on Portuguese colony, in which again Indian Air Force supported this particular operation, which was called as Operation Vijay. Then after this one, the Portuguese colony surrendered, and it was integrated into India. Next involvement is in 1962's border disputes with China. So this has escalated a full-scale war between these two countries. Next one is 1965. Again, this time Pakistan, this has been the conflict between India and Pakistan over the Kashmir. And now Pakistan launched Operation Gibraltar in order to infiltrate Jammu and Kashmir and to start rebellion against Indian rule. So in this one, now Indian Air Force extensively given their services, and this is the first time that Indian Air Force engaged the enemy Air Force in any of the war, and ultimately this full-scale war was won by India. Next involvement is in the form of Bangladesh liberation. So now recently in 1965 we had the war with the Pakistan, right? So that is you can consider now precisely as the Western Front of Pakistan, whereas there had been Eastern Front of Pakistan, right? That is what the today's Bangladesh is.
Yes.
Now, whatever the strategy we have applied in the 1965's war, likewise same kind of strategy we have applied in this particular war, wherein we have destroyed the oil installations, then dam, and then gas plant of Pakistan, at particularly at Western Pakistan. And same kind of strategy which have been deployed in Eastern Pakistan. And then in this particular war, Indian Air Force achieved complete air superiority on the Eastern Front. And then as a result of that, they have destroyed the ordnance factory, runaways, and then some of the vital, let's say, arms of their Eastern Pakistan, right? And as a matter of fact, they have severely damaged, and it has led the victory in that particular or, and in this way, the Bangladesh have been created, or it has been liberated, right? And in this particular front, our Air Force, that is IF, have destroyed the PF aircrafts of Pakistan. Another involvements on request, that is Operation Meghdoot, Operation Pawan, and Operation Cactus. So Operation Meghdoot was launched in Siachen Glacier in order to control the contested part of the Kashmir. So in this one, different helicopters have been used to airlift hundreds of Indian troops to Siachen Glacier. And in this, India supported a lot, in Indian Air Force supported a lot to airlift the Indian troops. Another one is Operation Pawan, which is nothing but the Indian peacekeeping force program in northern and eastern Sri Lanka. So Sri Lanka have requested us to provide support in this one, and in response of that, Indian Air Force have provided the full support in the form of Operation Pawan. Next involvement is in again airlift of parachute battalion from Agra, right, to remote Indian Ocean, which was a very far distance, and that was again on the request of the Maldivian president Gayoom, in order to help against a mercenary invasion, right? And that particular operation or that particular task was known as Operation Cactus. Then we come across Kargil War, in which Indian Air Force provided the close air support to Indian Army over Kargil conflict. And this particular strike was named as Operation Safed Sagar. And very recently, in 2019, right, there had been Balakot air strike. So these were the different involvements of Indian Air Force, which we can consider as far as our victories or the glorious events or the points in the history of Indian Air Force, as well as in the history of Indian armed forces, right? Now, next point is aircrafts, right? So that is what you can consider, right? Let me ask you a question. Am I audible? Please let me know.
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Nobody?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Sir, we can hear you clearly.
Audible, audible. Hello, sir.
Okay. I guess I'm audible, as well as you can see the uh, slides, right? So the next point is aircrafts. Now in this is not only a simple thing, rather it itself is a complex one, because it involves so many different kinds of categories of the aircrafts, right? So here you can see these different aircrafts. So these are the different categories of the aircrafts which you can have. So very first one is a combat aircraft, fine, which you can also call as the fighter aircraft. Second one is airborne early warning and control, which is called AWACS. It's a part of aviation. So airborne early warning and control, and it is really important in any of the say aircraft, right? So that is, as I said, as a part of aviation. Second one is reconnaissance. त्याचा अर्थ काय? You can have combat aircraft, तसं तुमच्याकडे AWACS aircraft आहे, तुमच्याकडे reconnaissance aircraft आहेत. So these are the categories. म्हणजे कुठलं एअरक्राफ्ट कुठल्या पर्पज साठी यूज केलं जातं, डिपेंडिंग ऑन दॅट यू कॅन हॅव दीज डिफरंट कॅटेगरीज, राईट? हे एवढाच उद्देश आहे. अँड दिस इज ओनली एज अन इंट्रोडक्शन. वी आर गोइंग टू सी ईच ऑफ दीज सेपरेटली. इलेक्ट्रॉनिक वॉरफेअर असं पण एक एअरक्राफ्ट आहे की जे इलेक्ट्रॉनिक वॉरफेअर आहे. टँकर, राईट? सो टँकर, पाण्याचे टँकर ऐकले, पेट्रोल डिझेलचे टँकर ऐकले. लाईकवाईज, राईट, देर इज अ फ्युएल टँकर, but in the form of say एअरक्राफ्ट. हवेतल्या हवेतच एखाद्या एअरक्राफ्ट मध्ये, विमानामध्ये जर इंधन भरायचं असेल तर त्याच्यासाठीचा रिसोर्स म्हणजे हे टँकर एअरक्राफ्ट, राईट? ट्रान्सपोर्ट, फॉर द पर्पज ऑफ ट्रान्सपोर्ट, helicopters, different kinds of helicopters. As we have seen that in one of the wars, the helicopters in Indian Air Force have provided a very good support. Trainer aircraft, obviously for the purpose of training the pilots in Indian Air Force, there is requirement of the trainer aircraft. So that kind of category of the aircrafts. Another is in unmanned aerial vehicle, right, known as UAV, unmanned aerial vehicle. Nowadays, each of the country is paying a lot importance on this particular sector, right? So now everyone is thinking, and they are having their development programs called as unmanned aerial vehicle, right? And the last one is historical aircraft. There are some of the aircraft which you can consider, in fact, which are placed in the museum, but they have done very good kind of job as far as Indian Air Force is concerned, right? So this is the exhaustive list of Indian aircrafts, other aircrafts which are being used by the Indian Air Force, rather saying Indian aircraft. कारण असं नाही की सगळेच्या सगळे काय भारतीय बनावटीचे, right? No doubt there are some completely made in India, right? So their design, technology, manufacturing, everything is of Indian origin. But at the same time, there are some aircrafts which are completely, let's say, of other countries manufacturing, right? We have just bought them, विकत घेतले फक्त. Third category अशी आहे की we have taken or we have bought some of the aircrafts and then in less number, and then we have manufactured them in India in a large number. So that is called technology transfer. त्यांनी फक्त विमानच दिलं असं नाही तर टेक्नॉलॉजी पण दिलं, राईट? जसं सुखोई आहे, मिग आहे, राईट? देन राईट नाऊ वी आर हॅव्हिंग रफेल. सो रफेलची पण टेक्नॉलॉजी ट्रान्सफर आहे. सम ऑफ दी राफेल्स विल बी manufactured in India, right? So this is what you can have in your support as a resource in the form of aircraft. Now, very first category you can consider, right? That is what the combat aircraft, or say fighter aircrafts. So again, in fighter aircrafts, you will be having these many different aircrafts, right? So these are the aircrafts. It is their origin from which, right? What type of that particular aircraft is, and it is whether it is variant of what, right? So you can consider. In fact, this variant means you can consider the improvement, next version or the previous version, likewise, right? Okay. So now, very first aircraft which we can consider, and these have placed here as per their superiority, right? So at this moment, we have Rafale, which is ultimate superior in all the present aircrafts. Prior to Rafale, there had been Sukhoi, right? Prior to Sukhoi, there had been MiG. HAL, though it was incepted in 1980, पण आता कुठे 2016-17 मध्ये आपल्याला ते भेटले, and this is what you can consider completely of Indian origin, right? Right from designing, right? So everything is of Indian origin in this one. So their role are multi roles, right? Then Sipicat Jaguar, which is for the ground attack, and then MiG-21, probably which will be retired maybe in the next year, right? or if not, they need to retire. Right? So that is for the purpose of inception. Right? So these are their variants. So one by one, we are going to see these particular aircrafts. So are you ready to go for each of these aircrafts details? So every detail you will be seeing their first landing, you will be seeing their some sort of design development, right? Or development history, you can call it as. Fine. So this one, I hope you are ready or you are excited to go to this one. So let's go for the first one, that is called the Rafale. So as far as Rafale is concerned, so so it means a, say, gust of wind. It is called a gust of wind. Right? Gust of wind, हवा का झोंका, and burst of fire. So what is mean by burst of fire?
Continuous
आगीचा
fire.
विस्फोट. सो ही त्याची दोन विशेषण आहेत, म्हणजे हवा का झोका आणि आग का विस्फोट. That means Rafale, and that's why you can consider why it is called the superior, right? Or why at this moment it is superior. असं कुठलाही एअरक्राफ्ट सुपेरियर नसतं बनत, right? There are see, every aircraft is being studied by its different parts, right? That you can call the features. पण features हे ऍडिशनली लावले जाऊ शकतात, बरोबर. पण अपार्ट फ्रॉम दॅट बेसिक स्ट्रक्चर इज व्हेरी इम्पॉर्टंट, राईट? म्हणजे त्याचं एव्हिओनिक्स कसं असेल, त्याची इलेक्ट्रॉनिक सिस्टीम कशी असेल, त्याचं कॉकपिट कसं असेल, त्याचं टेल कसं असेल, त्याचं कॅनार्ड दॅट इज कॉल्ड टेल कसं असेल, ह्या सगळ्या गोष्टींवरून ठरतं की व्हॉट सॉर्ट ऑफ एअरक्राफ्ट दॅट इज, right? And याला एका शब्दात you can call it as a structure, right? So a gust of wind and a burst of fire is nothing but the Rafale which you do have. Now it's developed as a modern jet fighter with a very high level of agility. Agility अतिशय चपलता असलेलं, राईट? त्याला आपण काय म्हणूया की विशेषणामध्ये चापल्य असं म्हणू. सो it was developed by Dassault Aviation. Obviously Dassault Aviation is of France. Fine. So here you can concern a point, which is that which is nothing but it's a modern jet fighter, right? With a very high level of agility, and because of this agility it is called as the gust of wind and a burst of fire. Fine. And it was developed by Dassault Aviation. In fact, not only Dassault Aviation, there have been some other agencies which have been involved in this one, but shortly I will come back to that particular history. So how this has been developed. Then it is a French, right? A French बनावटीचा आहे. It has two engines. Its Canard delta wing is multi-role. Canard delta wing त्याला आपण शेपूट म्हणू. So लक्षात ठेवा की जितकं whatever the tail, okay? So tail is always adding some sort of features. कुठल्याही एअरक्राफ्टचं टेल जे असेल त्याच्यावर त्याच्या बरेचसे फीचर्स डिपेंड असतील. So Canard delta wing multi-role. Fighter aircraft, basically fighter aircraft, and it is equipped with a wide range of weapons. And there have been so many weapons with which it is equipped. So in a point called characteristics, you will be seeing it's each and every feature, right? Further, it is intended to perform air supremacy, right? Then interdiction of then aerial reconnaissance, ground support, in-depth strike, right? Then nuclear deterrence missions. So these are different features Rafale. Now, if you consider the air supremacy असेल, no doubt, right? Interdiction obviously असेल, म्हणजे काय की in what you can consider interception, right? Aerial reconnaissance. What is reconnaissance? What do you understand reconnaissance? So it is nothing but the study of the place or area for the purpose of military reasons, right? म्हणजे लष्करी कारणासाठी एखाद्या ठिकाणाचा केलेला अभ्यास, दॅट इज कॉल्ड रिकॉनेसन्स. सो त्यासाठी आपल्याकडे स्पेशल काही स्पेशल विमान आहेत, एअरक्राफ्ट आहेत, राईट? बट ऍट द सेम टाइम this is what that is why it is called a multi-role aircraft, right? Because of all these different tasks. Ground support आहेच आहे, राईट? आपल्याकडे तर सेपरेट काही विमान आहेत जे ग्राउंड सपोर्ट साठी आपण यूज करू शकतो. इन-डेप्थ स्ट्राईक, राईट? इन-डेप्थ स्ट्राईक करू शकतो, अँटी शिप स्ट्राईक करू शकतो, अँड न्यूक्लिअर डिटरन्स. असं समजा न्यूक्लिअर काही असेल तर त्याच्यासाठी सुद्धा आपण ह्याला वापरू शकतो. So these are the different features which are integrated in a single aircraft and which is named as Rafale, right? So now you can understand how, or you can consider that how well these two adjectives are justifying Rafale, that is gust of wind and burst of fire, right? So hawa ka jhoka आग का विस्फोट. This is what about the Rafale. Another point, because of its these features, it is also omni-role aircraft, right? So now it is referred to as an omni-role aircraft, and as I said, it is divided by the it is developed by the say Dassault Aviation, right? Omni-role सर्वहारी, right? they बीमारी अनेक दवा एक, likewise, right? So omni-role alone. Yes, this is what the development of or the developmental history of Rafale. So, you know, in 80s, particularly after 70s, there was a requirement felt by these European countries that they should have a aircraft which must be used as a multi-purpose aircraft, and that should be a future European fighter aircraft. And now that should be developed by coming most of the European countries in this one. So there had been an agreement between Germany, United Kingdom, Italy, and Spain. And in this agreement, now France entered, right? I'm talking about, I'm talking in the era of 1980s, right? So now France entered in this particular agreement, and it was decided that now they altogether should develop such an aircraft which will be helpful, which will be called as multi-purpose, right? and that would be also known as future European fighter aircraft. Means what? That would be the ultimate aircraft of the complete Europe, right? No aircraft should be uh, superior than that. So such development of such a aircraft was on, let's say, on agenda of these countries, and as a matter of fact, they have an agreement for that one. But later on, there had been so many disputes in this particular development. So France decided to get out of this particular agreement, and they have escaped through this particular agreement. But they were ignited to have such a aircraft, and only thing is that now they changed was they decided to go at their own. They decided to have such a aircraft which is completely made of France, right? Or completely made in France, let's say France, right? So whatever maybe the technology and everything, design, manufacture, that should be French. And then they really started uh, doing all these things, and ultimately they have come up with such a aeroplane or such a aircraft that is called the Rafale, right? So this is what the history of development of Rafale is. Fine. So at the time of designing this particular, the very first requirement was that the aircraft which is being developed should be capable of air to ground all day, right? Even in sub bad weather conditions, right? Or worst weather conditions. So it should be operated in all these kinds of, let's say, things. एअर टू एअर मारा करणारा असला पाहिजे, राईट? हवेतून जमिनीवर मारा करणारा असला पाहिजे ऑल डेज, राईट? अंधारा असो किंवा दिवस असो, इट शुड बी यूज. हिवाळा असो, पावसाळा असो, उन्हाळा असो, ऑल ऑल इन ऑल दीज डेज, राईट? किंवा त्या वेगवेगळ्या सीझन्स मध्ये यूज करता आलं पाहिजे, वेदर कसंही असो, राईट? वेअर देर इज सम फॉग और you can say the complete cloudy atmosphere. So you should be able to use these, right? So these were the some of the requirements. Fine. When they started actual development, okay, no doubt त्याच्यामध्ये काही गोष्टी फर्दर ऍड केल्या गेल्या. Right, coming December, we will receive all these Rafales, and then another kind of what you can consider the agreement is that the remaining Rafales, there will be another kind of agreement through which some of the Rafales will be developed in India. That is called technology transfer, right? Basically in 2012-13, it was a deal of 126 Rafales, and then in between period what has happened, right? What you can consider it as politics or the strategy have been changed, we really don't know. But why the number of 126 have been come down to 36, it is a questionable point, or it is a great concern, right? So obviously by the time the number should be increased, here it has happened reverse. Anyway, so this is what the first landing of Rafale in India, right? So Rafale landing at Ambala Air Force air base or Air Force station, right, on its first arrival in India, we can consider. right? So let's say another view of that particular superior aircraft, right, called Rafale. You can consider another view of the same, right? So this is what you can consider. See how handsome this particular aircraft is, and that will tell you about uh, in fact, here you can consider so many different features. So whatever that particular point, canard, I said, right? So canard, or you can, for our understanding or simplicity, you can consider this particular part called tail. So you can just understand that it almost it has no tail, right? So obviously, then you can consider its cockpit, right? You can consider the system in between within this one, that is of avionics system, electronic system, right? No doubt at this part here you will be having different kinds of weapons. So it is completely equipped with so many kinds of weapons, right? So these are some of the characteristics. Now, as a matter of fact, and honestly, I will tell you that it is difficult to know each and every detail in the characteristics. If someone is really interested, then he can learn at his own. Probably suppose any of the point is not got understand, then he may ask. But from my side, I will not be going to the going for the details of each of these characteristics, but I can tell you some of the highlights about the characteristics, right? So crew is nothing but the staff, one all crew. So it is a single seated as well as two seated, you can consider. So whatever the pictures you have seen, so that were the two seated. So single seated we are going to receive, right? So that is what the crew. Baki it's a length, wingspan, height, wing area, empty weight, so gross weight, maximum takeoff weight, right, like fuel capacity. So हे सगळे प्रत्येकाचं स्वतःच असं एक इम्पॉर्टन्स आहे. But as far as our understanding is concerned, we should understand the crew, we should understand the fuel capacity, and ultimately fuel capacity will tell you, okay, fuel capacity ठीक आहे, माहित असेल तर चांगलंच आहे. That will tell you about its maximum फ्लाइंग कॅपॅसिटी, राईट? एकदा त्यांनी उड्डाण घेतलं तर किती लांब पर्यंत इट कॅन गो अँड कम बॅक, राईट? सो हाऊ मच डिस्टन्स इट विल कवर्ड. नो डाऊट आता आपल्याकडे असे सिस्टम्स आहेत की, किंवा आपल्याकडे बरेचसे असे एअरक्राफ्ट आहेत की ज्यांना आपण रिफ्युएल करू शकतो हवेत, राईट? इव्हन हॉट रिफ्युएलिंग कॅन बी डन, और इयर टू इयर रिफ्युएलिंग कॅन बी डन. ठीक आहे, ते आपण वन बाय वन बघणार. देन परफॉर्मन्स. सो जनरल कॅरेक्टरिस्टिक्स आहेत काही, स्ट्रक्चर. दुसरा पॉइंट आहे परफॉर्मन्सचा, आणि त्यामध्ये त्याची मॅक्सिमम स्पीड किती असेल, राईट? त्याचे ते कसं कम्पेअर करणार. आता याच्या बघा इथे काय दिले देताना त्याची किलोमीटर पर आवर स्पीड पण दिलेली आणि माइल्स मध्ये पण दिलेली, राईट? आणि हे टेक्निकल डिटेल्स असल्यामुळे ते दोन्ही लँग्वेजेस दोन्ही याच्यामध्ये असणार, कारण की most of the countries in Asia always follow this particular kind of notations. पण असे काही कंट्रीज आहेत, पर्टिक्युलरली युरोपियन अँड अमेरिकन कंट्रीज, की ते ह्या प्रकारची मेजरमेंट सिस्टम फॉलो करतात, राईट? सो बिकॉज ऑफ दॅट बोथ द टेक्निकल डिटेल्स आर गिवन. कॉम्बॅट रेंज सांगितलं ना की ऍक्च्युअली किती रेंज पर्यंत, सो 1850 किलोमीटर, राईट? अगेन इट चेंजेस. एक त्याची हाईट असते, राईट? हाय अल्टिट्यूड, लो अल्टिट्यूड असं आपण त्याला म्हणतो. सो इट डिपेंड्स ऑन दॅट की वेदर इट इज ॲट हाय अल्टिट्यूड और लो अल्टिट्यूड, राईट? So this particular range may get vary, right? Then there are some of the limits are always there, right? Wing loadings, thrust weight is there, armament, right? So this could be the point of your interest, right? When I say it is equipped with so many equipments. That means it is nothing but the armament, right? So guns are there. मग त्याच्यामध्ये कुठल्या कुठल्या गन्स आहेत तेही इथं दिलेलं आहे. पण त्यासाठी आपल्याला ते माहित असलं पाहिजे की what are exactly these guns, right? And we haven't touched or we haven't gone for such kind of knowings. आणि आपण ते करणारही नाही, right? Because ultimately that is not our part. Our interest is to get introduced and get know, right? Or get into that particular let's say environment, right? So that is the purpose. No doubt someone might be having the deep interest in these things. Just for him, I have just provided these technical details, so you can probably go through this one. नाही गेलात तरी काय प्रॉब्लेम नाही, राईट? सो हे काय हार्ड अँड फास्ट जायलाच पाहिजे असं नाही, बट ऍटलीस्ट यू शुड नो द हायलाइट्स जे अगोदरच्या 2-3 स्लाइड मध्ये दाखवलं, ठीक आहे, किमान तेवढ्या गोष्टी माहिती असल्या पाहिजेत ऍज ए introduction, right? Because at this level, if the question get asked on these things, you will be the question will be asked that what kind of technology it is, right? Or from which country you got it, who is the development agency is that, right? So it's a French technology manufactured by Dassault Aviation. So such kind of questions could be there. Missiles, right? आपण बघितलं ना की there had been requirement, year to year requirement होती, year to ground requirement होती, right? आणि मग हे पुढे वेगवेगळे मिसाइल्स आहेत that you can consider, right? हा, एक गोष्ट खरी आहे, याच्यामध्ये you can see so many different kinds of sub points. That doesn't mean that Indian Army is using all these things. No. कारण राफेल काय फक्त इंडियन एअरफोर्स राफेल काय फक्त इंडिया यूज करत नाही. देर आर सो मेनी डिफरंट कंट्रीज, राईट? म्हणजे आजच्या घडीला जगात सगळ्यात जास्त इंटरनॅशनल मार्केटमध्ये मागणी असलेलं हे एअरक्राफ्ट आहे, राईट? तो असा कोणताच देश नाही की ज्यांनी हे एअरक्राफ्ट घेण्याची दे हॅवंट बीड फॉर बाईंग दिस पर्टिक्युलर एअरक्राफ्ट, राईट? सो इथे जे काही मिसाइल्स किंवा जे काही वेपन्स दाखवले ते सगळेचे सगळे आपण यूज करतो, आपण इंडियन एअरफोर्स यूज करतं असं नाहीये, राईट? देअर माइट बी सम ऑफ दीज which are being used by some other country, right? But in general, I have just put it here. Then air to surface, right? Nuclear deterrence. Others मध्ये you will be finding out some of the points. For example, reconnaissance, right? Avionics. Again, there are different kinds of avionics systems, right? So altogether, you will be finding out these categories, right, which will be characterizing your aircraft completely, and that will tell you about each of these, right? So these are the in short are called as the features, called technical features, you can, right? Then next comes in, that is Sukhoi, right? Sukhoi Su-30 MKI. Fine. So again, it was Indian Air Force air superiority fighter, right? कधीपर्यंत? टिल वी गॉट राफेल. ठीक आहे, राफेल घेतली त्याची सुपेरियरिटी कमी होती असं नाही. इनफॅक्ट सुखोई 30 MKI is still superior in some of the areas than Rafale. For example, Rafale can go for around 1900 kilometers, in fact 1850 kilometers, whereas Sukhoi can go for 3000 kilometers, right? So you can consider, so there are some of the points which you can have in this one. For example, another superiority I will tell you about Sukhoi, that is Sukhoi can launch BrahMos. As a matter of fact, at this moment, Rafale cannot launch BrahMos, right? म्हणजे आपण सुखोई मधून BrahMos डागू शकतो, राफेल मधून नाही. BrahMos missile, fine. So even HAL is again superior in some of the areas than Sukhoi or Rafale, right? असं नाही की जे भारताचं नाहीये तेच सुपेरियर आहे, जे भारताचं ते फारचं काही सुपेरियर नाही. नो, राईट? इवन कम्प्लिटली इंडियन मेड, that is HAL Tejas, we can consider, right? So ते पण आपण बघणार आहे. Fine. Next one is developed by, that was developed by France. Now this is developed by Russia's Sukhoi Aviation, right? And this was manufactured in the technology transfer in between the Sukhoi, Russia's Sukhoi Aviation and India's Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, HAL, right? So built under HAL. हे भारतात बनलं. याचा अर्थ पहिलं त्याचा काही जो काही पहिले काही first few number of Sukhois have been directly brought from Russia. Sukhoi जे काय ते आपल्याकडे भारतात बनले. अतिशय आपल्या जवळच्या ठिकाणी बनतात. दॅट इज ॲट नाशिक. त्याची टेस्टिंग पण होते. ठीक आहे. ऑलमोस्ट सगळ्या गोष्टी याच्या नाशिकला होतात. नाशिकचा जो कारखाना आहे, so there you can see the manufacturing of Sukhoi 30 no doubt त्याचं काही एव्हिएशनचा जो एव्हिएशन सिस्टम्स आहे, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक सिस्टम्स आहेत, त्या हैदराबादच्या कारखान्यामध्ये बनतात. पण त्याचं जे फायनल असेंबलिंग आहे, टेस्टिंग वगैरे वगैरे सगळं, ते मात्र सगळं
नागपूर से कैसे देगा?
just first accepted in Indian Air Force in 2002, पण त्याला त्याची सर्व्हिस द्यायला 2 वर्ष लागले. जसं की आपण राफेल ऍक्सेप्ट केलं 2012 मध्ये, आपल्याला भेटलं 20 मध्ये, राईट? मधली इतकी वर्ष काय करत होतं ते एअरक्राफ्ट माहित नाही, कदाचित चालत निघालं होतं, राईट? म्हणून एवढे दिवस लागले असेल. जोक्स अपार्ट, पण दॅट इज व्हॉट यू कॅन कन्सिडर. सो 2002 मध्ये आपण हे घेतलं, राईट, फायनल केलं. पण ऍक्च्युअली it has taken 2 more years to enter to Indian Air Force. In 2004, it has entered into the services of Indian Air Force. Maximum speed वगैरे you can consider, right? की त्याची काही रिलेटेड एअरक्राफ्ट आहेत. खरं म्हणजे राफेल मध्ये पण काही रिलेटेड एअरक्राफ्ट आहेत. पण एक गोष्ट लक्षात ठेवा, जरी रिलेटेड एअरक्राफ्ट दिली असली तरी दॅट डझंट मीन दॅट ऑल दीज रिलेटेड एअरक्राफ्ट आर बिंग युज्ड बाय इंडिया. नो. की जगात कुठलं ना कुठलं एअरफोर्स हे यूज करताय किंवा नेव्ही यूज करताय हे मात्र आहे, परंतु हे काही सगळ्याच्या सगळे आपण यूज करतो असं नाही, राईट? सो ऍट दिस मोमेंट वी आर युजिंग ओनली सुखोई 30 MKI, राईट? दिस वन, फाईन. सो that is what you can consider. And I think we are planning for Sukhoi 30 MKI, which will be the Navy version, right? So that is. Okay. So I think we are running out of time. So I will stop here. And tomorrow's session, I will continue some of other points, and then you'll see the glimpses of Sukhoi. Okay, anything which you would like to ask about this one?
Sir, Kalyastra.
Omkar, Prajwal, Sandesh, Ayush, Pranav. Is there anything which
Yes,
you would
sir.
like to ask about this one, or any kind of comment you can make on?
So thank you for
At
the
all, nothing is
information.
there.
It was
Then
too
we'll
important
stop
for
here.
us.
Rushikesh sir. Okay, I have done with this from my side.
Yes, sir. Okay.